Howdy, I am Chuck, and on this self-defense Saturday, today I want to kind of hit first on what is a victim. A victim, as a general rule, is someone who is not prepared for the stimulus or for the attack that is in front of them, and then they lose because of that. Now, with that being said, you have a couple different types of victims. We have victims of opportunity, and we have victim of selection. Today, we're going to discuss a little bit on the victim of opportunity, and next week we'll hit on the victim of selection. All right, now usually a victim of opportunity is nothing personal. It's usually something where, like if you're driving down the road, and as you're driving down the road, you look up there and you see this person is like waiting. And then you go, I think they're going to pull out in front of me. And sure enough, whenever you got closer, they pulled out in front of you and they slowed down. We all know who that person is, whether it was intentional, unintentional, but it does exist. Okay, it was nothing personal to you. It wasn't because you were born Chuck is why they did that to you.
You were the chosen one.
It could be you were just the next one that came along, and that's what you did. So sometimes there are situations like that that set that up just because of an opportunity. Now, such as whenever I had said about when you're leaving a store, going out of a place, whatever, and you step outside. Now, the other part is let's say, for instance, you're at a store and you turn and you go around the corner. When you go around the corner, all of a sudden there's an attack waiting to happen for you. Okay, so it will feel like an ambush. It will feel like it's personal to you, but it is generally not. It's just you happen to be the next person who came along that fit that demographics of being robbed. Now, when you deal with the opportunity in a situation like that, first you had to go back to the beginning, which was, am I willing to fight back? You take, for instance, if it's money, let's say you got $50, they go to rob you, they take the $50, and basically everything was done. That might be okay with you, and you consider that a win because you didn't have to fight. That is also, to me, being a victim, but it was a victim that was a survivable event. Now, if for some reason you feel like I have no choice but to fight back, that's where we're going to hit a little bit farther with Dustin here in just a moment about the idea of using the safety technique that we had done last time where we did an inward wipe and a retaliation. To this time, we're going to take a block and a strike at the same time. So we're going to go over to Dustin now.
Hi, I'm Dustin from the Main Street Joplin studio. So we've already done a couple of the kicks. We're going to add one today, and then we're going to add some arm strikes. So the new kick we want to add today would be called a wheel kick. It's going to be similar to a snap kick in its motion, except we're going to roll our hips and extend them out just like that. Just like that. We can hit with the ball of the foot. We can also be hitting with the shin. Depends kind of on what you're hitting. Obviously, the ball of the foot is going to take more accuracy than the shin is, so the shin is a good general purpose multi-type attack. Okay, now let's go ahead and add to our hand strikes. We're going to add a crossing elbow and a back elbow. So a crossing elbow would go across your body this direction, just like that. Generally speaking, it's okay to let it pull you into the step if you need to. We are hitting, think of your arm like a baseball bat. Here's the handle and here's the sweet spot where you hit the home run. That's what we're hitting with. Our direction is this way as you follow it, just like that. Now, if you're going to do a back elbow, now we are not hitting on any of these elbows directly on the tip of the elbow. We're actually hitting on a crossing elbow more with the forearm, and on the back elbow, we'll be hitting more with the tricep back here, which would be just like that. Okay? Now, let's apply it to something.
Okay, so at this moment, now we're going to do where we're going to apply it. Now, the first one, I'm going to be throwing like a right punch. Then the next time, that's where we're going to go an inward block and a strike at the same time. The next one is if you run across somebody who's throwing a right-left punch, then he's going to go for one of our techniques called Advancing Mantis. All right, so now we're doing the technique where I'm going to throw in like a big old right punch. Whenever I do, he's going to step off to the side, mainly just to wipe it to the inside and punch into the face underneath the arm. Okay, so as he's coming in here, and you strike across there. Most people, when being struck blam, they go back. However, if I happen to be there and we went from here and I even go to grab the arm, that's where that cross elbow now comes into play. All right, so now let's say I'm coming in and I'm doing my swinging. Okay, now we're going to go a little bit slower so we can kind of see what we're doing. Now, when he hits to the belly, it causes the opponent to step back a little bit, is why then there's a slight pause before you kick him in the face or something to this effect. Okay, so I'm going to come in with a right-left punch, moving at a medium pace. All right, so I come in, he hits me in the gut, and then kicks me in the face area. All right. So that's the basic application from when you just do something and then you retaliate versus when you move and you strike at the same time. It does increase your chances of success a lot faster. So next week we will hit with victim of selection, put it together and kind of do a quick recapping of everything and apply it to a whole type of unit. So we will see you next week and try to have a good one.